This is a finished 7-minute script, and every factual line traces back to a source. The package behind it has 4 parts: a source map, a claim ledger, a story spine, and the script itself. In this tutorial, I will build that system from 3 official documents using Gemini Notebook, then show the mistake that turns good research into a boring video. The promise is a repeatable path from evidence to narration. The honest limitation is just as important. Citations make a claim inspectable, not automatically correct. You still have to open the source, read the surrounding passage, and decide whether the claim belongs in your video. Before collecting a single link, write a 3-line research brief. First, name the viewer, a beginner creator who wants a dependable long-form workflow. Second, name the transformation. Move from scattered sources to a script that can be checked sentence by sentence. Third, name the exclusions. No earnings claims, no vague productivity promises, and no feature claim that cannot be supported by current documentation. This small brief prevents research from becoming a pile of interesting facts. For the real example, I chose 3 Google Help pages, one about adding sources, one about source-grounded chat and citations, and one about saving and transforming notes. Each source has a different job, so the collection is small enough to understand and broad enough to expose limitations. The first artifact is the source map. Do not label links only by title. Label the role each source plays. My first source establishes the mechanism. Gemini Notebook answers from selected notebook sources and provides inline citations. The second establishes the workflow. Useful chat responses can be saved as notes, and notes can be transformed or exported. The third establishes boundaries, source types, import behavior, and changing limits. In the real interface, I added all 3 public pages to one sanitized notebook. Google says you can select or exclude sources for a chat, which is useful when one document should not influence a specific answer. The practical rule is simple. If 2 sources perform the same job, one may be redundant. If no source covers limitations, your research pack is incomplete. Now build the claim ledger, not the script. I asked Gemini Notebook to use only the selected sources and return 5 fields: the claim, why the viewer cares, a clickable citation, the limitation or uncertainty, and the visual proof I should show. I also required it to separate confirmed facts from editorial inference. That last instruction matters. The source may confirm that notes can become an outline. It does not confirm that this will save every creator hours. That would be an inference, and the ledger should label it. The result is not elegant prose, and that is the point. Research should be inspectable before it becomes persuasive. A claim with no useful viewer outcome gets cut. A claim with no evidence gets cut. A claim with no honest limitation gets rewritten before drafting begins. Here is the step most AI workflows skip. Click the citation. Read the quoted passage, then read enough surrounding text to understand what the source actually says. In this example, the citation opens the official list of supported source types and current limitations. That supports a narrow statement about what the product can import. It does not support a broad claim that every source will import cleanly or that the interface will look identical in every account. Mark each ledger row as confirmed, qualified, or unusable. Confirmed means the source directly supports the wording. Qualified means the core idea is supported, but needs narrower language. Unusable means the evidence does not support the claim. This classification is faster than repairing an unsupported sentence after narration, animation, and upload checks are already complete. Only after the ledger passes do I build the story spine. For this tutorial, the opening shows the finished script package. Then comes one promise and one limitation. The demonstration moves through the source map, claim ledger, citation check, and story structure. A realistic test shows the ledger built from 3 official pages. The common mistake arrives before the recap, and the ending gives one reusable blueprint plus the next action. Notice what is missing: a chronological tour of every product feature. A long-form script is not a database read aloud. Each beat needs one job in the viewer journey. I assign a rough word budget to every beat before drafting. At about 140 to 150 spoken words per minute, a 7-minute tutorial earns roughly 1,000 words, but the actual voice duration wins. The drafting prompt should reference the structure you already approved. For each beat, provide the viewer outcome, the allowed claim ID from the ledger, the target word budget, the required limitation, and the visual proof. Then draft one beat at a time. This keeps a weak section from contaminating the whole script, and it makes revision cheaper. After each beat, run 4 checks. Does every factual sentence map to an evidence ID? Is an inference labeled as interpretation rather than fact? Does the spoken wording match the visual you can honestly show? And does the beat end with a reason to continue? When the beats are assembled, read the script aloud. Remove duplicated setup, long lists, and phrases that look good on a page but sound unnatural in a human voice. The finished draft should be clear before motion design adds energy. The common mistake is treating all verified facts as mandatory. That creates a script with strong research and weak retention. The correction is ruthless: 1 primary claim per beat, 1 supporting detail, and 1 visible proof. Everything else stays in the ledger for the description, a future video, or a comment reply. Run a final red team pass before voice generation. Check dates, product names, limits, pronunciation, and whether a quotation or screenshot is used with the necessary rights. Check that a limitation is not buried after an enthusiastic claim. Check that the first 30 seconds deliver the promised transformation. And check that the title, thumbnail, opening, and actual outcome describe the same video. A verified fact can still be irrelevant, confusing, or badly timed. Editorial judgment is the last quality gate. The reusable blueprint is 4 artifacts in order. First, a source map that gives every document a job. Second, a claim ledger that separates facts, inference, limitations, and visual proof. Third, a story spine that turns evidence into a viewer journey. Fourth, a beat-by-beat script with word budgets and evidence ID. Save the ledger as a note, export the working draft when useful, and remember that changes in an exported document may not sync back to the notebook. Keep your direct source links in the production package, so later descriptions and corrections remain easy to verify. In the next episode, I will turn this finished script into a visual beat sheet and shot list system for full, long-form videos. Subscribe to the AI Blueprint for tested workflows without fake one-click promises.